The best acceptable photos for DV program. Digital image requirements. Minimum acceptable dimensions are 600 by 600 pixels. Maximum acceptable dimensions are 1200 by 1200 pixels. The image must be in color 24 bytes per pixel. The image must be in JPEG format. The image must be less than or equal to 240 kilobytes. Hello friends and welcome to Social Media Skills. This is the website that you can apply for DV program. Scroll down, go to photo examples. Photo examples. Starting November 1st, 2016, eyeglasses will no longer be allowed in new visa photos. These are sample of accepted photos for US visas. Face forward, no eyeglasses, no hat, white background, and hijab is allowed. Detailed examples of visa photos. Shadows and lightning. This picture is acceptable. The image is clear, reproduces skin tones accurately, and does not have shadows. Unacceptable. Photo is underexposed. Photo tip. Change your camera exposure or use extra lightning. Unacceptable. The color is not accurate. Acceptable photo. The image is clear, reproduces skin tones accurately, and does not have shadows. Unacceptable photo. The photo includes shadows on the customer's face and background. Size and position. Acceptable. The head is centered and the correct size. Photo tip. Your photo should be 2 inches by 2 inches, 51 by 51 millimeters, with the head centered and sized between 1 inch and 1.4 inches. Unacceptable. The camera is too close to the customer. Unacceptable. The customer's head is not centered properly in the photo. Unacceptable. The customer's head size is too small. Unacceptable. The customer's full head is not in the photo. Photo tip. Photo tip. Photo tip. Your hair may extend past the boundaries of the photo as long as your entire head is shown and is the appropriate size. Resolution, print, and size quality. Acceptable. The photo is sharp without any visible pixels or printer dots. The photo is printed on glossy and mid-quality paper. Unacceptable. The photo is blurry. Unacceptable. The photo appears grainy. Unacceptable. The photo is not the right size. Digital changes. Unacceptable. The background is cropped using photo retouching tool, changing the outline of the head, face, and neck. Photo tip. Take your photo in front of a white or off-white background instead of cropping the background. Acceptable. The image is an original image that has not been changed. Unacceptable. The image has been digitally changed to appear thinner. Unacceptable. The image has red eye. Unacceptable. The image appears to be edited and is using filters that make it different than an original image. Pose and expressions. Acceptable. The customer is directly facing the camera with a natural expression. Eyes are clearly visible. Unacceptable. The customer is looking down and the head is tilted forward. Unacceptable. The customer's physical expression is not natural. Unacceptable. The customer's head is rotated and the shoulders are not square to the camera. Unacceptable. The customer's head is tilted to the side. Unacceptable. The customer's eyes are closed. Attire, hats, and glasses. Acceptable. The customer's full face is visible and no shadows or clothing block the face. Acceptable. The customer's full face is visible in the image. The customer is not wearing glasses. Unacceptable. Take off your glasses and make sure they are not resting on your head. Unacceptable. The customer's head covering blocks part of the face and there are shadows on the face. Photo tip. Make sure your entire face is visible and free of shadows. Head covering are only acceptable for religious or medical purpose. Submit a signed statement with your application if you are applying in person or by email. Unacceptable. Take off your sunglasses before you get a photo. Unacceptable. The customer's scarf covers portion of the face. Unacceptable. Take off your hat before you get a photo. Unacceptable. The customer's hair blocks a portion of the face. Background. Acceptable. The background is white or off-white without shadows and is plain without texture, objects, or lines. Unacceptable. The background is not plain and has texture and lines. Unacceptable. The background is blue. Photo tip. The background should be white or off-white, free of shadows and plain without texture or lines. Unacceptable. The background is not plain and is not white or off-white. Photo tip. Use a white blanket or sheet to cover non-white wall. Acceptable. The background is white or off-white, free of shadows and is plain without texture or lines. This image is acceptable. The customer is sitting in a wheelchair and part of the wheelchair's head support is in the image. Photo tip. Include a note with your application that explains that your background is not completely white because you are in a wheelchair. Children. Acceptable. No other person is in the photo and the child is facing the camera with eyes open. Photo tip. It is acceptable if your infant's eyes are not entirely open. Acceptable. The child is facing forward with correct lighting and acceptable facial expression. Unacceptable. The child is not facing forward. Acceptable. The photo is clear and the child is facing forward. Unacceptable. The child has an exaggerated facial expression. Photo tip. The child's facial expression must be natural. Acceptable. No other person is in the photo and the child is facing the camera with eyes open. Unacceptable. The child's face is blocked by hands. Photo tip. The child's full face must be visible. Unacceptable. The photo is blurry. Photo tip. Select a shorter exposure time or use a tripod or place camera on a steady surface to eliminate camera movement. Unacceptable. The child's specifier blocks a portion of the face. Photo tip. The child's full face must be visible. Unacceptable. The background is not plain. Another person is in the photo and part of the child's face is blocked. Photo tip. Place the child in a car seat with a white or off-white blanket. And finally, if you already have a photo, you can use these photo tools and crop your photo online. Choose photo, select the photo you want to crop. The system will automatically crop your picture. You can accept and proceed. You can download the image to your device. And that's it. You can check another photo, choose a new photo. For example, this photo, the system says, your photo does not need cropping. Photo dimensions are 600 by 600. That's okay. If you want to check another photo, choose a new photo, select the photo. The system will say your photo does not need cropping. Photo dimensions are 600 by 600. I will show you how to use Photoshop to check and edit your photo for DV lottery. Open Photoshop, go to File, click on New. In here you can write 600 by 600 and the resolution should be 300. Maybe you can write 1200. 1200 is also acceptable. Click on Create. Now go to your photo, drag and drop. This is exactly an acceptable size. If it is larger or is smaller, you can correct it, you can crop it. Now go to File, go to Save As, File Name, format should be JPEG. Click on Save. Now go to your picture, DV photo, go to Properties. You see the file type is JPG. The file size is 180 kilobytes. Go to Details. You can see it is 1200 by 1200. It could be, the minimum should be 600 by 600. The maximum should be 1200 by 1200. And it has 300 dpi. Bit depth is 24.